I mean, in my head, I keep, and this might be a complete tangent. I hope it's not, but I keep thinking of this like Ender's Game. Have you ever read that book? Because I don't watch the movie. Read the book. You ever read Ender's?
I did read the book, actually. I
Oh,
did.
cool. All right.
Yes.
This
I had to think about that. I didn't read the whole series.
oh
Only
yeah,
the
yeah.
first
Don't
two.
worry about yeah. Just it's the first book is what I'm gonna reference here, which is called Ender's Game. It and this is a seed that's not a spoiler. So if anyone wants to go out there, if they're tantalized by any of the comments I make regarding this book, I definitely implore you to go out and read it because it's a fantastic read. The first book. There's a point in the so basically there's these kids who are being drafted to do military activities. Let's just call it that without spoiling anything. And there's this one military exercise that's this big game that they basically are jettisoned into a floatless environment as two separate teams, and they come in from two separate doors. And initially, when they enter the environment, they're looking up at one another, and that's the big thing. It's like, how do you fight effectively, being weightless and flying at speed towards your enemy? Because you're going up. And this is a thing in the book, but it's cool. So maybe I am spoiling something that's a cool part of the book. It's not everything about the book, but what Ender does, because he's special, is that instead of coming out the door and thinking, oh man, how do I fight these guys by going up at them? He basically reorients his like thought process on the whole event and says that instead of their being up, they're actually down. And so he basically asks his team to put their legs down and fight them as if they're falling towards them, which is, there's another part to it, but it becomes far easier to do it that way. And basically he picks apart this 100-year war game that people have been playing this one way for, again, like hundreds of years. He picks it apart in one evening by just simply orienting himself to say, they're not up, they're down. And that's how I feel like Elon is doing right now. That was a long way of going into what I feel is happening to us right now. We're all thinking about this as going up, and Elon is just saying, it's not up, it's down. Now, there's a lot of people who are saying he's an idiot, and he's just this glorified child, which could be true. And he's not very good at whatever it is he's supposed to be doing. But here's the sad fact about it. This idiot has so much money that he is able to acquire everything that he seems to need in order to make his dreams come true.
He can hire smart people.
Yeah, well, that's what he does.
Don't need to be, I mean, in this economy, you don't need to be smart to be successful.
Yeah, well, it's not a meritocracy, people. It's not how it works here. You don't have to be brilliant. Anyway, so he's facing down. He's fighting down. We're still fighting up. And that's what it is. It's about understanding the new rules of engagement when your enemy or what have you. I'm not calling Elon Musk an enemy. I'm saying it from the Ender's Game reference. But yeah, to reorient yourself to play the new game. That's basically what we're in right now. Is this new game, and it's like, are we ready to accept that it is a new game, and what are we bringing to the table in order to compete? And that's what's going to be very interesting.
I mean, we've kind of said this before, and we probably said it in a few different ways in other episodes. The stuff he's doing is cool. The stuff he's doing is exciting. It's just that not one person shouldn't own all that stuff. It's very dangerous. It's very toxic. It leaves all of us very vulnerable. And the precedent setting for, even if he was this great person, well, he's got to hand over the reins to someone. Yeah. And not everyone is going to be a great person. So it's just a very bad setup construct that
we've also seen this play out. Yeah, you could enter a period of emperors. Some may be good, I guess, because they've written themselves to be so.
Yeah, as good as they can, as good as an emperor.
All emperors are bad. All right, let's just dispel with that. There's different parts of history where some people are like, well, Napoleon was amazing. No, all emperors are bad. Okay, all emperors are bad. Any person that wants all power, absolute power, is a bad person. There's no good people who share power. They don't. Yeah, what's that saying? They don't. Something about sharing power. Once you have everything, basically, you don't share power. That's the crux of the saying. So that's how I'm viewing this. There are no good people who want absolute power. Absolute power corrupts. Oh, that's it. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. There it is. There it is.